A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, The Twin Flame Union. In this session, I would be talking about the union. And it is a very important message, a universal message for all the divine feminines and masculines who are in the twin flame journey. The message is every single one of you out there, every single one of you, if you are a genuine twin flame couple, or if you are a twin flame counterpart, divine counterpart, whether you're a masculine or feminine, all of you are supposed to be in a union and all of you will get into a union. Okay? So this message is being sent out for any and all those people who are feeling negative and dejected, or they are in a certain phase in their life where they feel that other things also are not working out, because other things are also somehow connected to union. Like your financial independence is a very important part of the union. Your sexual freedom from, the notions or the stereotypes about sexuality or about gender roles, freedom from that. Then you get freedom from fear-based ideas. So then you get freedom from fearing that you may not be loved. Then freedom of expression, to be able to say what you want, to be able to speak your heart out, to be able to be yourself. Then your intuition becomes very clear. You get direct messages or clear messages, or the source of message is very authentic. When you are not in clear space of mind, or when you have not done enough inner work, then even if you have gotten some intuitive messages, they will not reach to you, or if they will reach to you, they will be very confusing. Then we have, after that we have your crown chakra related energies, which connect you to the higher dimensions, make you a person you become very positive. Like you will see life with a positive outlook, and you're not ruled by ego at all once the crown chakra is awakened. You are not ruled by ego after that, and a lot of other things become a part of yourself. Whatever things are negative, you will automatically reject it when your crown chakra gets activated. So that's the reason why we work on all our 7 chakras, right? So that one by one, all of them bring all these positive changes in your life. If your crown chakra is not unblocked or it's blocked, you will feel sad, you will feel restless all the time, you'll feel very lethargic, you'll get bored of life very easily, you will need a lot of validation from other people. People will decide how your mood is, not the other way around. And in this particular channeling session, what is extremely important to know that this is a universal message. So when you get a universal message like this is actually like telling every single twin flame out there that each one of you is supposed to get a union. It's like a very positive message. Or if somebody is stuck, if somebody is feeling bad, if somebody is low, depressed, angry, it's for anyone in that situation. And if somebody has been going through some kind of release of codependency issues. Like codependency is not something which happens only with divine masculine. It is happening with divine masculine because you were any which way emotionally codependent with other people also, because there was a lack of touch, there was lack of love, there was lack of hugs and kisses. When you were a child, your parents did not hug you so much, they did not kiss you so much, they did not keep you so close to you. Or they neglected you so much that you became this person who would feel happy only when someone would do some kind of a action which will make you feel that they love you or they like you. Some people are so shallow, I won't use the word shallow, I would say hollow. Yeah, hollow within. That's how they get fooled by bad people. Bad people or those who want to harm them will come to them. They will give them certain compliments. They will say some nice things to them, and the feminine or the masculine, whosoever it is in that situation, they will get so floored by them. They won't even realize, or they won't even want to think that maybe this person wants to use me or wants to have a good time with me. And again, age has got nothing to do with this. So this type of lifestyle stops you from feeling gratitude, stops you from feeling kindness, stops you from feeling compassion, and most importantly, acknowledgement and acceptance of who you are. So these things will happen. This is what universe is saying for each one of you. And how do you know if you're a genuine twin flame couple or not? Well, that totally depends on the urge of you wanting to do inner work. Because when difficult situations come, or when some sad situation happens, a lot of people say, I don't want this twin flame journey, to hell with it. A lot of people also reach to the runner-chaser dynamic, and there only they give up. That's when they turn into a false twin. Sometimes even a true twin can turn into a false twin because of their lack of wanting to do inner work. If they are too much in comfort zone, if they just don't want to move, they don't want to do anything, and their divine counterpart has done all kind of inner work and they have ascended so much, like they just want source, they don't want anything, then they will be a walk-in situation. Walk-in situation doesn't happen in all possible cases, I would like to say, but in some of these cases where maybe it is also predestined that this person will have a walk-in situation. The crown chakra activation actually begins to take place. It can begin to take place right at illumination, but the thing is, it also gets blocked. The upper chakras get blocked when people are very result oriented. So all of those feminines and masculines, mostly feminines in this case, who are constantly thinking, when will my union happen? When will my union happen? When am I going to meet him? Or when am I going to get what I want? Basically, everyone has a different definition of union in their heads, right? Everyone sees union in a different way. And yes, there are different ways of seeing union. That's also true. But if you are constantly being result oriented, whatever action you do or whatever your life is or whatever work you're doing, and you think, oh, I have done so much inner work, but still it's not happening. So this blocks the upper three chakras, the throat chakra, the Ajna chakra, which is your third eye, and your crown chakra. And the meaning of crown chakra in Sanskrit, or the Hindi pronunciation, is Sahasrara. So Sahasrara itself means a rose which has 1,000 petals. Basically, it's symbolism of infinite, uncountable. So when you are connected to your infinite nature, that's when you are going to experience union. But just the way in childhood also, a lot of twin flamers or star seeds were born with their crown chakra was opened, or their intuition was very strong. Even in their childhood, they could communicate with the masters, or they could see a lot of things. And maybe those experiences actually stayed with them. Some of them stayed with them like a vision or a feeling or a strange memory they could not understand. And by the time they go up and up in the journey, they start connecting with those experiences which were esoteric, or which were, you would say, mystical in nature. And all of this mysticism or all of these experiences also start coming up to you more clearly when you look at ordinary life with awe and wonder. If you're looking for something extraordinary while you're meditating, you want to see some flash of lights, or you want to see some orbs, only then your meditation is successful, or only when you can probably float in the air while doing meditation. People have those type of thoughts and imaginations also, that when I will do meditation, I could get some kind of superpowers. So these things also block us, because the real superpower is to become very pure and come in your actual zone, actual you, that makes you a superpower. And then you realize that, of course, there are other dimensions, of course, there are other types of beings, and there are extraterrestrial beings, and there are different galaxies, and it's obviously not possible that Earth is the only planet and this life is permanent. I was talking about walk-in situation. Let me give you a very interesting take on walk-in situation. How do you know walk-in situation has happened? What is the proof of it? Say you consider a person to be your twin, and the other person also knows about the twin flame journey, and they know that they have been through all these runner chaser dynamic, and just when it is time for them to actually get up and take the responsibility, and the universe gives them that opportunity, and they become really selfish. I don't know if these people are possessed by evil entities, or they are also going through a test by God, like God has given them a test and they fail it because they choose something extremely materialistic and extremely comforting, which is very shameful actually. But they will have some sign, something they will have which the walk-in person will have. Like they could have same tattoos, like same things written on their tattoos, same, like the person you considered your twin, who now became a false twin, has the same thing written on his body or her body, which you see in the walk-in person, the walk-in divine masculine or the walk-in divine feminine. It's bizarre, right? Because how can it be possible? Or there could be other things that would be very similar, but the twin flame would obviously be much better, much more selfless. The walk-in would be much more aware. And they would also be the actual catalyst in the upliftment of the divine feminine's ascension journey. They would be the ones who would actually make her be like, that's it, enough is enough. I'm not going to be a crybaby. I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not going to be this type of a person. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to be the real me, and I'm going to get out of these materialistic illusions that are around me. And that doesn't mean that you become a homeless person and you sleep on the streets or the benches. You just become a person who can easily let go of things that they do not need anymore. Anything which is artificial and fake. This whole twin flame union is also a process. It's like a scientific process, and you can study about it. What is Kundalini rising and what is a caduceus, basically. If you have seen the picture of Kundalini rising, there is a sword sort of a thing. There are wings and there are two snakes who are connected from the bottom, and then they're twirling and they're curled up and they reach the top. So what happens in simple way is that they also don't remember anything about the twin flame journey in the beginning, right? No one knows it. No one knows what you are here to do for a long time. Things only make sense because there is this sense of suffering and pain, or there is a sense of confusion on the other side. So slowly and gradually, at first it is slow and gradual, and then with time, the speed becomes faster. But some kind of insult or humiliation is one of the big triggers. And most people are looking for romantic love. That's the problem. Most people in the twin flame journey, they actually confuse unconditional love with romantic love. They don't know it yet. And so a lot of them are constantly complaining and cribbing that he did not do this, she did not do this, he is like that, he is like this, he said this to me, she said this to me. I read comments, sometimes very long negative comments also, about a certain situation which has really affected the feminine. But the reason all of this is affecting the feminine, or earlier it had affected the masculine, because even he was looking for typical love. Though he would say it, though he would present it to be like, okay, I really love you and I really love you. But somehow he will bring in sexuality, somehow he will bring in some kind of materialistic thing, some kind of selfishness will creep in. At that time, she would lose interest, but then with time, they would come back again. And this time, he would lose interest because by then she becomes obsessed with this person. So this obsession is also like a wake-up call. When you act so obsessed, you're not even you. You're acting like a stupid person. And this obsession will only end when he will humiliate her, when he will insult her. As if, you don't have anything better to do in life just to stalk me and to chase me. The feminine genuinely feel that they've actually stooped really low in terms of self-respect. They pacify so much. Those who pacify, those who are in, less intense relationship according to them, or those who are in some kind of engagement, or those who are even married. There are also relationships, twin flame relationships, where two people are married. Fortunately, I would say this is genuinely grace of God with this type of work that we are doing here. This channel, I can at least say that. Twin Flame Union, I can say that. I won't even say that for Twin Flame Universe. Twin Flame Universe is a completely different type of energy is there on that channel. But on Union, I'm very sure now, because I have so many of these cases where the twins are married to each other, the twins are engaged to each other, or twins are in live-in relationship also, but they're having such a hard time with each other. And it's been 5, 6, 7 years like that. It's not like they are not suffering. So I tell a lot of people, why this happens is because after they get married, they think that, okay, now I'm in union. Union has happened according to all the stages have happened. So they fall back to that old self, which is very much possible, because you might be thinking, how is this possible? That's why I say there is a difference between a harmonious union and a permanent union. Somebody was asking me this question after listening to one of the channelings where I had mentioned this, that there is a difference in permanent union and harmonious union. So they asked me, what is the difference? How it sounds, you can figure it out, permanent union, harmonious union. So some of the twin flamers reach the harmonious union, they get engaged, they get married, or they start living together, or they're under the same roof. And that's when it hits to them that no, I was wrong. I did not know. Even in Shiv and Shakti's stories, Shiv and Parvati's love story, what happened was that Shiv and Parvati, they got married. Shiv proposed to her just the way it should have happened. But after that also he went away. He went away for many years, and she was living by herself. Same thing happened with Sita. When Ravan was killed, when demon Ravan was killed, and Ram and Sita happily went back to Ayodhya, everyone thought this is happily ever after. No one would have imagined or seen it coming that they would, she would be sent on exile after that. Right? So I like to mention these things. I like to tell you in advance. If you don't get into mission work, if you don't try to get into permanent union with Source, I'm sorry to say you would be doing it all over again. Or even if there is a commitment, or there is, you guys have said, if not marriage, engagement, living under the same roof. But for some people, even the commitment of love is union. The twins confess to each other that, yes, I only love you and there's nothing else I want. I mean, romantically or unromantically, whatever conditional love way, I keep coming back to you. You're the only person I want. And this stage can also happen, like they've confessed to each other. They are both very happy after a round of runner-chaser dynamic, and after a round of not talking to each other, no contact, this and that, all the stages, it seems like all the stages have worked out. They confess love to each other. They know. After the confession, before the confession, there was still some mind games were being played. But after the confession, they know that this person loves me. Even the feminine knows. Because the way he asks her out, the way he proposes to her, the way he tells her, I want to be with you, I want to meet you. Like, it is very profound actually. It's not fake. They somehow manifest the proposal or they somehow manifest the confession. And when two people are already very aligned, already very awakened soul, they don't care about public commitment or they don't care about those things. What's more important for them is to say these things to one another. So there are many of these advanced twin flamers also who have always only wanted true love. They're very asexual by nature. They don't want to even involve in some kind of intimacy or anything. They don't care about it. Or they don't even care about like getting legally married or doing this, doing that. They just want to feel that love. In that case also, they can have a separation after all of this. They can be like, why? Because mission work is not there. You know, mission work is very important. Soul purpose connection has not happened yet. Or even if it has happened, they both started focusing on each other too much. Both of them are doing it. Don't think only one person is doing it. They are mirrors, right? They know that they want to do some very important work here. They're already working on something. Then they get attracted to each other. They forget all about their soul purpose, all about their mission, and then they're constantly dreaming about each other. And then they can't take it anymore because then they are not in that real zone. They've lost their true pure essence. Now they're again trapped in the worldly world, the materialistic world, or all those things that don't even matter. Again there will be ego issues, again there will be judgment, and again there will be comparisons would be made. So this is why I say these things to you all, because those of you who are in contact, no contact separation, or you're not yet married or committed to your twin, or you've not yet confessed love, you actually think that those who are married and those who have done all these things, those who are engaged or those who are living together, you must be thinking at least they are living together. You don't know their struggles, by the way. You don't know how horrible it feels when you're living with someone under the same roof and for 6 years and 7 years you've not seen each other eye to eye. It's not normal then. It's very hard. Go and talk to them. If you find someone like that, ask them, how have you been dealing with it? And both are spiritual people. They're actually getting triggers just by each other's behavior, just by each other's presence. And if there are children involved, then they have even more difficulty. And they are not having affairs with other people. They are just busy in their karmic entanglements. The man is busy in karmic fears. The woman is busy in her karmic fears. They are battling out those things. Technically, scientifically speaking, we all have subtle bodies. We have the spiritual body, we have the emotional body, the mental body, the etheric body, or the etheric body, the physical body, right? When the twin flame merger happens, or when the twin flame union happens, whether it's a harmonious union or whether it's a recognition stage, because in all these three stages, or if it's a permanent union, all these three stages matter. Even in recognition stage, that is also a union, by the way. For some of you who don't know these things or you've not realized it yet, even recognition is seen as considered as union, because you have finally reached that space or that place in life where you have rejected all the toxic people. At least the false twin, because the false twin is really dangerous. Not like that dangerous, but yeah, I mean, very difficult to get out from. Very addictive type of a loop. So if you have done all that work and you are now in that zone that I'm not going to make money by doing things which I don't love, or I'm not going to live like this, or I'm not going to eat this, or I'm not going to... When you finally worked a lot on yourself, you always attract your twin when you're not looking for the twin. That's when you always attract the twin. Be it recognition, be it harmonious union. Even in runner-chaser dynamic, I would say this applies, because when the feminine is happy and she's independent, emotionally free, suddenly one fine day he will contact her, or suddenly they'll start talking as if nothing had happened, as if no breakup had happened. And it would be shocking because he would say, I really missed you, I wish we hadn't fought, I wish I hadn't done this. And you're like, you are the one who ignored me. Really? You are the one who did this to me. And then they start clarifying that how each other, both the persons felt in each other's absence. But then again there is codependency. So this codependency does not go away so easily. So runner-chaser dynamic makes them feel tired. They get tired by doing this, and then that's why the masculine says, I can't do this anymore, because he gets tired of the runner-chaser dynamic. And the feminine also kind of accepts it because she feels, okay, I need to do inner work too. She will be very smart and mature person if she thinks that I have to do inner work, because definitely some other reason has, something within me has caused it. So all these 5 subtle bodies in this twin flame union situation, all these subtle bodies have to merge. Okay, so some of the people think that's, intercourse is required. I don't agree with it. I've said this before also in other channelings also. Even if it has been once, if it has happened once, it's more than enough for the runner to run into long-term separation. Or if not that, then something very intense, like an intense hug or an intense kiss, or maybe just holding hands and walking with each other on the street, and you're feeling, oh my God, this is so intense. It's so beautiful, it's so intense, but it's also so heavy. What's happening to me? Am I going crazy? Am I losing my mind? So there are so many fears attached with it. So, my dear friends, in this energy, the channeling's energy, is trying to tell all of you all that every single person out there will get into union. Every single person. You gotta have that faith. First of all, you gotta have that faith, because that's the only thing that's gonna change your feelings. If you're not gonna change your feelings, you're still angry, upset, full of hatred, or even if you're not full of hatred, you're still attached with them, you're still codependent. So you gotta become independent, totally independent, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, as if you are completely fine living your life without anybody else. I'm not just talking about divine masculine. Even other toxic relationships have happened in your life, right? There are narcissistic characters in your life. Family members have been very difficult, or you just don't get along with them, or there's some issue always happening, or even the money problem, it comes and it goes. You try to start a business, you have so many ideas, you just reach to the point where you feel that this will be completion, and it doesn't happen like that. So, my dear friends, this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.